Hey, everybody. Welcome to another Great Wellness Wednesdays. I am your host, Dr. Marsie Ross, your virtual health mentor, and this program is brought to you by EdLyn Essentials, LLC. EdLyn Essentials is definitely committed and focused to empowering you to live your healthiest and best lifestyle through nutrition, fitness, and supplements. So be sure to check out the EdLyn blog at www.edlynessentials.com for tons of lifestyle tips and tools to help you with balance, strength, and longevity. Our motto is healthy is the new beautiful. So before we get started with our wonderful guests, I'm so excited. We just do a little bit of housekeeping. I'm very low maintenance here. And we simply invite you to join this collaboration of health and wholeness. So as a collaborative member of the EdLyn tribe, we encourage you to engage, and then comment and share. And because you never know how you can help someone else live a free life, full and happy. So today, our topic today is reconnecting with your partner, the here and now. And we have Dr. Marika Martin on the show. She's been on our show before, and we welcome her. If you did not see her broadcast on mother's guilt, how to free yourself from mother's guilt, definitely check it out, the replay out on my timeline. So welcome, Dr. Martin.
Thank you, Dr. Ross. I'm happy to be here again. It's a pleasure.
So we know that relationships can put you on an emotional roller coaster, from the buildup to the top of the peak, and then the rush to happiness when you find the person that you love. But what happens when you come to the point where the peaks are no longer coming and you're stuck in the valley? So Dr. Martin's going to be here today on the show to help us reconnect with our partner. So again, welcome, Dr. Martin. We are thrilled to have you here.
Thank you.
I always like to give a little bit of background, because I don't think people obviously know your extensive background on in this world of counseling families, individuals, and couples. Dr. Martin holds a doctorate and a master's degree in marriage and family counseling, as well as a master's degree in family and child studies. She's worked with couples and individuals and families for more than 17 years. So you come with a wealth of information, and we certainly appreciate that and you being here today. So I can't thank you enough for helping us to help break free, or I guess to help couples reconnect and to really build families back up. So again, thank you.
Thank you.
I had to rave about you, so I can't speak highly enough about you. And so one of the things that you speak on is that you are actually trained in discernment therapy. Can you talk about that?
Sure. So discernment therapy is a type of therapy that helps couples who are ambivalent about their marriage. And oftentimes what happens is how discernment counseling came about is that couples will come and they're interested in therapy. And let's back up. One is interested in therapy, and then therapy doesn't work. And that's because one was not interested. And so there's a waste of time, a waste of energy, and the couple feels defeated. And so discernment counseling came from Dr. Doherty out of Minnesota. And he came up with the idea of helping couples really have clarity and confidence in their decision of what they would like to do, whether they want to stay married, whether they want to continue on the track of how things are, whether they want to decide to separate or divorce, or whether they really want to honestly work on their marriage and have 6 months of couples counseling where the idea of divorce and separation is off the table.
Okay. I love that. I'm just going to type that in there, because I think that I know it's not something that I heard, but it's very, very intriguing to talk about in discernment therapy. So we know that every couple is unique, right? And we typically have this conversation. Hey, Roz, we typically have a conversation program, but I thought it'd be great, just with your extensive knowledge, just to ask some questions and to hopefully have our guests in this collaboration also ask questions that they can use and tips that you can offer to help them reconnect with their loved one and with their spouse or their partner. So tell me, and just in terms of your experiences and training, how you help couples understand how the disconnect happens, that it is, I want to say normal, right? But that it really does happen, and how should couples approach understanding how this happened, and then how to identify when it's occurring or when it has occurred. Hey, Barbara. We have Roz and Barbara also joining.
Great. So first, let me share, you mentioned normal. So interestingly enough, Dr. John Gottman out of the Relationship Institute, who has done extensive research on relationships, we often think that finances and sex are the reasons why people decide to end their marriage. In my experience, a lot of couples come because of disconnect. My needs aren't getting met. And Dr. Gottman also, his research supports that many couples, they're out of touch with each other. They've grown apart. We don't do the things that we used to do. I don't know that you love me. I don't know that you care about me. We're not talking about each other, or we're just talking about the business of the relationship, the kids, the house, the bills. We look good on paper. We may be a power couple, but in terms of really connecting and having that intimate relationship emotionally, physically, and conversational, those things aren't happening. Is it normal? Absolutely. Absolutely. The idea is, how do we get back on track? Transitions happen in marriage, adjustments happen, life throws things at you. So that's going to happen. It happens to us individually, so it's definitely going to happen to us in our relationship. How do you know that it's happening? When you're coming home and you're going straight to the bathroom, you're going straight to bed, you're going straight to change your clothes, you're going straight to cook before you greet your partner, you're going straight to change your clothes to do the lawn, or you're just not talking. You realize you've gone a day and you didn't talk to your partner. When is the last time you said I love you? Dr. Ross, when you and I talked, I shared with you that my husband has awakened plenty of times in the morning and said, let me tell you about this dream. And I am rushing in the morning. The morning is not a good time for me. But I will yeah, tell me about the dream. Tell me about that's a connection. And it's something that doesn't cost anything. It's not something that I have to wait until date night. And it's not something that is way off in the distance. It's free. And it's something that we really just don't realize, but that will slip away very quickly. When is the last time that you've hugged your partner?
I love those tips, and I think they're so practical. And it's, from my experience, the people that you're closest to, it's easiest to take them for granted. And so those little things I totally connect with. Just understanding that sometimes just calling and, hey, what you doing? And a lot of times if you're busy, you're like, I don't have time to talk. And you realize that not only is not making you connected, but it's actually causing the disconnect. And I think being aware of that is it's important. So I think you did mention, how do we know when there's a disconnect? And you say, like, when we're no longer talking or doing talking about anything other than the business of the relationship. I really love that. And I know that you mentioned Dr. Gottman, and you shared ways to reconnect, the 3 tips that you offer for ways to reconnect. So bids for connection, and love maps, and build a culture of appreciation and fondness. Can you expound on those 3 tips?
Absolutely. So biz for connection, again, free. We love free, right? Free is something that happens every day. You mentioned how are you doing? So biz for connection, if I just mention about the weather, is my partner turning toward me? Oh, I noticed the weather too. Or is he turning away from me? Is he ignoring me? Or is he in his phone? The world of technology. Turning toward, turning against, or turning away. If you notice that you're turning away and you're turning against, that's not good. So bids for connection is how often are you turning towards your partner? And this is happening verbally and non-verbally. If you're asking for a hug, not right now, not good. Okay. And then love map. When you first met your partner, you talked about dreams, you talked about things that you like to do. What do you like to do now? What is your favorite color? What is your favorite flower? How has your style changed? And so these are things you're curious. When we first started dating, we were curious about these things. Now, have we just settled into a comfortable old shoe? We should be comfortable. We should be curious about our partner and interested. So tell me about it. Like I said, when I gave the example about the dream, tell me about it. What's happening? I like that. I noticed that. I missed that. And then the appreciation. I cannot tell you how many times, and couples kind of look at me in session when they mention that their partner did something for them. And I said, well, did you tell them that that you appreciated that? And they look, no. That is so important. You let your partner know that you value them. You let your partner know you look good. You look sexy. You look handsome. I love that. That smells good on you. I don't want you to wear that cologne anywhere else but with me. You because it smells so good.
I
Only with me.
appreciate it. We have Bettina here, excuse me. Bettina is so thankful that we're having the conversation. I think that it is such a great topic. We don't talk about it enough, and we don't, you just get into your rut or your routine. And Gail also is so thankful for having the conversation. So we definitely appreciate you guys being here. Barbara has a question as well. I'll see if I can read it with my readers. It's so true. So we so often give the least of ourselves to our partners because we think that they can handle it, but they really deserve the best of ourselves, right? How do we balance our attention to kids and self with our attention to our partner? I love that. Yes, it's so true.
That's a great question. Yes.
So how do
Balance.
we balance? We talk about that, right? Balance, strength, and longevity are it's like the trifecta that we know at EdLyn Essentials. We really strive to help, especially women, find that balance. The strength and long, happy life. So how do you? What tips can you give to help us
To help
balance?
find balance, to nurture yourself, to nurture, and similar to connecting the mother's guilt, being patient and flexible with yourself. Loving yourself. If you don't first love yourself, you will not have anything for your partner or for your children. You will be overwhelmed. So being patient, doing things for yourself, again, free. So bubble baths, warm, long showers, taking the walks at lunchtime or inside, dancing in the mirror, the way that I talked about mother's guilt, having fun with yourself, laughing. When is the last time that you've had like a really hearty belly laugh? Like laughed at something really funny until tears came out of your eyes. Like really just releasing those endorphins.
Yeah.
Nurturing your spirit is a way to kind of just find balance, and you will notice a difference. And eating healthy.
Yeah. So it's really funny that you say that because all of it does lead back to self-care, right? Because when
Yes.
you have self-care with intention. I always say that. I think that's important, right? That means that you're so mindful of the things that are your body. You're mindful of your body language. You're mindful of the food that you're putting in your body and the words that are coming out of your mouth. You're mindful. You have self-care with intention, and that trickles to your family. I think that your family definitely feels when you feel good, you are able to, when your spouse calls you on the phone. My husband loves to talk to me about his silly TV shows that I may not find funny. Now I know that, that's his way of connecting with me, just to hear my voice. And he may not want to talk about anything serious. He wants to just say, oh my gosh, this happened on this show, or, something.
That's right.
Watched. And I learned to appreciate those moments. But I think that's because I'm so happy with myself, and I've got back to my self-care with intention. So I have the emotional freedom to connect with him.
That's right.
And so we think it's selfish, but it's the most selfless thing you can do for your partner. So
that's right.
That is amazing, and we appreciate that. I know that we're a bit over time, and I'm always mindful, but these are such great topics. I think there's a part 3 in in the mix. That's one of the things I think that, having your expertise and your experience as a woman, as a married woman, as a couples counselor, I think that you bring so much value to us, in these simple things. There's simple tools that we have that we don't always use, because sometimes we just need to be reminded of the small things, the little things. You don't always need a date night, like you said, to wait and to connect with your partner. You can do it every single day. So I appreciate that. So real quick before we end, if anybody has any other questions, definitely put them in the chat. But Dr. Martin, how can they get in contact with you if they want to continue one-on-one conversations, or if they're in the Maryland and DC area, because you are licensed in Maryland and in DC, how can they reach you?
They can reach me at drmartin@caringcouples.com. And also, you can log on to the site, caringcouples.com, and there are blogs that come out every 2 weeks, and you can read on those as well, that are pertaining to the things that we're talking about, like love maps and reconnecting with your partner.
Okay. I put your email address in the feed so everybody can see it, and they can definitely reach out to you to ask any additional questions. We certainly appreciate you. And
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
A spoiler, we will see Dr. Martin back here in February to help us with some other love languages and some other topics around building strong families and foundations. Hey, Carrie. She says, hi, Dr. Ross, and hey, Dr. Martin. So, Dr. Thank you so much. We certainly appreciate you. Thank you, guys. Be sure to share. We so appreciate your comments and building this collaboration of health and wholeness. Have a fantastic week, guys, and we will see you next week.